welcome everybody. This is One Hub Racing's Podium tier. Tonight it's round 2 of our 19th season, and this is Webbo, joined by Evil. Hey Evil.
Yes, last week I gave Webbo the second choice of doing the talking. Now it's the other way around. We might do this constantly, actually. We'll switch it each week. Good idea. Webbo streaming, my PlayStation decided it when it doesn't like streaming sometimes. It's weird. But on good news, I sorted the TAS up, so if it doesn't work, then blame Cam or something. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. But, of course, welcome to Bahrain here, and it's a nice, lobby screen right now. We're waiting for, I think, one more driver to join, but we are getting underway right now. And, first who's race back in 2004. That race, I believe, it was run by a Ferrari. I think it was Barrichello or Schumacher. It was one of the two of them. You never know how to, probably Schumacher, let's be honest. How's your day been, Webbo?
Not too bad, thank you. I'm glad it's the weekend, and I'm glad it's Friday night, and it's time to go racing. I know we've got some hot and cold nominations, and we've got things like we've got some rivals set up already. Evil.
Yeah, we have the rival of Apex Road and KPP, and there was questions asked them. I can't find the questions. I've never been able to find them.
I did find them, and they didn't answer them. So all we can do is try and stir it a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, they had some incidents last week.
Yeah.
One of them got a penalty. I think it was let me have a look who got the penalty. It was KP, I think it was, who got the penalty. No, it was Apex Road. It was the other one. Sorry, KP. He got a 10-second time penalty and 1 penalty point. Naughty boy for unreasonably braking early, which let's be fair here, if it was me, I'd also brake very early, because I'm not very good at braking normally, and I end up going off the road. But he broke too early, and that's why, of course, remember last week, we saw a front nose cone decide to go flinging to the sky on the third safety car. Nana was white, and 1 penalty point to him. Naughty boy. In terms of other things, by the way, we have some questions, of course, from the pre-race interviews, and the questions were: how has it gone through any practice you've been doing? Are you confident? Does knowing it's pretty much a dry race here make it easier to prepare? Are you confident from last week? Is there a high chance of multiple safety cars? What would you say your strengths around this circuit? We got some of them, of course, for our Champions leader Cam, who responded kinda, and consistency. Which was exactly what I told him a little while ago, because it's a very consistent thing to say kinda a lot. We also got it off of, I believe, let's see who else we got. I think we got KP also said, he said he's not one bit confident around here, so we could see him having some issues. He is prepared because it's going to be a dry race. He is also hoping he gets a closer to the field, and hopes, of course, as well, he gets a higher position. He's very excited for multiple safety cars, and he'll be very prepared for them. And his strengths around the circuit is ensuring the tyre barriers are safe.
Yeah, he likes to test them, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's like a crash test dummy. He likes, going into them a lot as well. So, of course, talking of all that, we do have a lot of drivers here today, all of them bar 3 or 2. But in terms of the championship, Cam, of course, who won last week, leads that with 20 points from Apex Rogue, of course, on 17. Rich in 3rd from Cad in 4th. KP lined up in 5th lap race. Had a dynastic Thomas Eris specialist. Okiki, who did some Houdini stuff in the pit lane last week, and it was very interesting. I wonder if we'll see any of that this week. Well, we'll find out in due course.
Yeah, I've got Cam first out of the pits and just about to start his lap. There, Evil. So I think he's managed to find a spot without too much traffic. There's a Haas a couple of corners ahead, but nothing too dramatic for him.
Yes, I'm seeing we've got a player 10 in the McLaren now. I'm not quite sure who that is. So let's have a little look as I go between the TAS and the PlayStation and see.
I have Kian in the McLaren. Kian? Yeah, and there's only one McLaren in the field at the moment.
Yes.
So your player 10 is Kian, I believe.
Yes, seems to be correct. That is the only McLaren on the Taz as well. So he's done something in this.
Possibly he's tactically wiping out some braking boards on the approach to turn 8.
Yeah. First fastest sector, by the way, that's from Apex Rogue at 27.8 in the first sector. Cam at 27.8 as well. Though Rogue's is slower than Cam's, but apparently it's purple. So make that as you wish. As Red Mac goes quicker as well. As you're getting ready for the first couple of laps to be completed. The first watercross line should be Cam.
Yes, it could be KPP or Dax. And they were behind, so yeah, here comes Cam then for the line. Seconds ticking by, and it's a 1:27.779 for Cam.
Indeed, good lap time for him as now the Ferrari crosses the line as well in just a few seconds time. Rogue looking pretty quick. He's coming through the last couple of corners right now. It was green. Let's see as he gets to sector 3 what he can do.
I believe Rogue has crossed the line on my screen to start his flying lap.
Yes, in which case, Taz has decided it wants to go against me again. I like when he does that. We'll get there as well. Red Mac, meanwhile, talking of all things, fastest and even faster. He is currently provisionally pole position at one. Well, it was a very quick lap nonetheless. We'll just say that much.
25.2 I've got. So, yes, a great deal faster. Just seeing, I think, LR Delta, who's just joined the league, replacing Claudio Bellins, I believe. He's out there on a lap. I think his teammate Rich is not. He's in the pits.
Yes. And now, if you are wondering, by the way, on my end, I can't actually see the timing tower on the left, so I'm actually entirely relying on the tabs right now, so I'll probably be watching that for entirety of qualifying, because I can't see anything, so I'll just speak randomly and you just point at the cars.
Dynastics has put in a charge lap on the medium tyres, and ERT Thomas has gone on a 25.7 in provisional P2, but a big hole to slot into, and there goes Dax immediately in the Haas, goes into that hole and is only a shade slower than Speed Red Mat's provisional pole.
Interesting to see, by the way, here, Webber. Kaufner has broke his front wing completely, so the front wing 100% damage, so he's gone off somewhere on, that was at 22:45, so about an hour in the time in the future, and he has just changed his front wing as well right now, so that is what's happened to him. Redman Low so far looking pretty good at 125.2 from the Alpha Tauri. That, of course, remember, only some 14/100 of a second ahead of Dax in P2. P3, a further couple attempts down. That is player 10, the McLaren. That is his new name now for the rest of this race for me. And then got Thomas currently slotting himself down there. We got Cam, he's currently on a good lap so far, apparently, according to the Taz.
Okay, good stuff. I've just noticed we've got Vittino, who's started his lap. But yeah, Cam just crossing the line 2/10 faster than his first attempt. I think that was something of a charge lap, potentially. Dynastics coming across, having it validated on his out lap, looks like. And yeah, Dax on the way out of the pits as well. But I was just going to say about Vittino, he's our cold driver this week, after doing the only thing worse than the rest of the field we had last week. 7th onwards DNFing was that he was disqualified last week. So by default almost, he was nominated our cold driver of the week.
Yeah, very harsh thing as well.
Someone had to be.
We've also now got player 9, so someone else joined us in the... that was a Aston Martin, I believe, who got joined as well.
So is that Delta or Rich in the Aston Martin?
Let's see, I've got player 9, and I've got Rich, is he here? Yeah, Rich is in the other car, so that's Delta Number player 9, who's currently set the lap time of 1:26.531. Only 2 drivers with a non-competitive lap time, that being Tech and also Dynastics, 1:38 and a 1:45 respectively. Well, I'd say unrespectively from what their pace they can be doing.
Agreed, yeah. Just watching Rich, who I think he's our hot driver. He's certainly hot enough to go purple for himself in the first sector, but might be a good idea to follow him along, because he's usually got good pace. Screaming down now into turn 9, potentially one of the most difficult corners on the entire game. Turn 9, 10.
I'm also watching Delta as well, so let's have a little look. Who should we look on board with? Well, Delta's coming through the last corner. He's getting a nice little slipstream off of Specialist up the road. He should be coming in the pits, however. So, there's that one. Tech crosses the line as well in the Alfa Romeo. Stays at P12 at a whopping 18 seconds up the road on his lap time. We've got Konhofner, which was a purple Sector 2. Currently there, he's coming into the last couple of corners, up over the crest, down to the last corner, chuck it into the right-hander, and then just straight line it as much as you can, then keep it tight to the outside, and then to the line. He should be good enough for about 6th, I think. Indeed it is.
Wow, great guess. There he is, straight in, P6. So good stuff from Konghofner, nice banker to build on. And of course, Speed Red Matt and Dax will be able to push probably hardest of all in their respective next laps. We've got 8.5 minutes left to run.
Yeah, 8.5. Wow. I mean, I don't actually know how much we've got left to run, but you'll nonetheless provide us with that. It's a good thing you're streaming actually now, because otherwise this will look very interesting.
Yeah,
sure.
Indeed.
I've never had that happen before. Hopefully it comes back to the race. I like having info.
I hadn't seen that on the list of previous glitches, that we may build a bingo card.
Yeah.
If it continues this way. Tech 31 just skipped across the penultimate corner apex, but managed to save an invalidation. I think he did it off throttle, which was pretty smart. Screaming then into the final corner, and looking for his acceleration point. That was a little early, a little bit heavy, and we're heading into the pits. We don't like that lap.
I mean, what? Red Matt up 2 temps on his lap time right now, so it looks like the Alpha Tauri then doing extreme good. The number 8 all the way to the left, using all the road as feasibly possible, and the curb as well, and a bit more. Then chuck it into the right hand of the last call. That was perfect. And this looks like it's going to be an incredible lap time for Red Matt then. Let's see. He's first set so far, but of course he's going to say first. A 1:24.888.
Fantastic stuff from Red Matt there, dipping under the 125's first person.
Thomas up to 3rd position as well then, in the lovely blue car. It's nice and shiny, the Alpine, and of course, as we know, I'm a seagull. So there we are. So who is doing quite well as well? Harley, he's currently in 7th. Now, last week, it didn't go very well for Harley. He crashed spectacularly in qualifying when I said he was doing well, and then he crashed in the race when I said he was doing well. So let's see if this goes any better for him. As you can see, the Alpine going out of the way there through turn 4. I think that's turn 4/5, as his teammate actually, I believe, just coming up right behind him as well. And that, of course, being Dynastics.
Yeah, it looks like Harley just slowing down for, as you say, for Dynastics. Apologies for people watching the stream. I'm having an issue where it doesn't want to change driver by the spectator menu or by the trigger buttons, so it just keeps flashing. But we're on Dynastics. We're riding on board with Dynastics now.
The bingo cards get even bigger.
Yeah.
Of course, we do like to say, of course, that we do apologise for any slight technical issues we appear. I mean, it's not nice. There is a patch coming next week. If it doesn't get fixed, you'll hear us next week. But Portimao's on the game next week, allegedly. So
Dynastics for P8. Yeah. Evil, nice lap from Dynastics. Got himself next to his teammate on the grid, which I often think is more of a liability than a benefit.
Oh, why would you say that then?
I think being careful into turn one to not punt your teammate off is slightly more difficult than being aggressive into turn one.
Yeah, most certainly. Looking through to see who's currently on a lap time. Kiki's currently on a lap time right now. He's just crossed the line, I think, already at 128.3. And as the audio can hear a car in the gravel chat. Now, who's gone off somewhere? It's Dynastics, I think, who's taking the shortcut route through the gravel down that turn 5-6. So Lewis Hamilton went off in 2008 in qualifying, I believe, or was it practice? One of the two of them. I do remember McLaren hitting all very heavily there, as the Red Bull gets all kind of squiggly on the exit of the corner.
Keys,
it's very pretty.
Keys gets a 127.1 on his first lap. I think he might be going again on the mediums, so potentially a charge and scrub lap for Keys, who turns it around in turn 2, and that certainly isn't going to be the fastest way around the circuit, Evil.
No, well, I imagine what he's done here is just cut to it right there. He's got on the curb, he's put the power down, and there's the curb again. We spoke about in Australia, is he almost has to pull across the racing line nearly into the front of Tech, who passes him in the sister car of the Alfa Romeo.
I fear I'm cursing drivers just by choosing them to watch, as Delta made a mistake as well, and very stylish sideways moment across the apex of turn 5-6, I think. So again, he won't be going any quicker at the moment. Let's see what Vittino's doing. I noticed that Cad or Cavudi put in a very nice time and has gone provisional P4. And Vittino, as we said before, our cold driver of the week last week, currently P3.
Yeah, indeed, Delta, that was turn 8 actually, I believe, there he went off, a little bit wide, and turn 7, 8, and then of course it's 9, 10, 11, 12, yes. I think there's 12 corners on this. I think there's more than 12 corners, but I'm going to say there's 12. I'm going to have a look at that and see how many corners.
I've got 14 on my lap chart.
So 2 have gone missing.
We've lost 2, yeah. Here comes Tech then for the line. A big improvement up to P3 in the Alfa Romeo. Wow, that one came out of nowhere with just a purple final sector, I believe. So P3 for Tech so far.
Yeah, might have got a little bit of help, maybe a tiny bit of slipstream for his teammate, of course. The down the exit of turn towards 4, so it's always possible. But good lap time for Tecker. Of course, last season was one of the drivers of Podium. He did such a good job. Had some issues, of course. It was in the Renault. Now he's in the Alfa Romeo, so he's gone from shiny to shiny, which is good. As now everyone comes out of the pit. It's like Monza qualifying. All of them are coming out of the pit. And I saw some unsavoury joining on the pit lane as well.
Yeah, the first of the last runs, if that's a thing, it will probably be Apex Rogue, who's about to start. He might well get around for a final one, but he's about to start a lap right now. Currently P8, so I'm expecting him to go a little bit further, a little bit higher up the grid at the moment. Although I don't think he fancied his chances in this circuit in the media day.
Yeah, there's quite a few drivers in team.
An immediate invalidation. Sorry, Evil. Just as we chose to ride with him. An invalidation immediately. I noticed.
It's not going well for us, is it?
No.
We've got cars going out of the way. At least they're getting out of the way. It's very nice to see them getting out of the way like that there. As you can see, the McLaren also coming through. He was not on a hot lap. That was Harley, and I believe that's Kian actually, who is the other one that was going slowly. Let's see if we got anyone currently on a flying lap right now. We've got Cad Purple Sector 1 so far. He's coming down towards turn 6 and then into 7 and 8. And you can see, look at the amount of traffic that's coming up around the mini-map, especially on turn 10, 11 and 12. Luckily for Cad, he shouldn't catch any of them. He'll get a nice little bit of toe. He'll pull to the inside here, drag a toe off Vinto then. Now pull to the outside, and that's a nice little bit of toe from there then. Into turn 10, up the hill he comes. Kai has retired from the session. He is happy with that lap time. Up we come then, into 12, into 13. Let's see, purple sector. No, it's only a green then. But he is up by a tenth of a second. But he runs wide on the exit of the corner, and that, unfortunately, was that one done.
Absolutely. Let's go and have a look. I think Speed Red Matt is in his first sector with potentially, I think it's Dax got ahead of him on the run. So a couple of drivers to watch out for there as they duel out for pole position. Red Mat's just over, and around he goes. Unfortunately, let's go then and see what Dax has got to say about pole position.
Oh, as there goes Thomas around into the wall, and well, that's not helped at all. It's like Red Man, there's multiple cars off the second. It's like spinning bingo right now. Who we got going around? We got another yellow flag of a McLaren off as well.
Looks like Cad has just retired from the session on my screen. Purple middle sector for Dax, who's a 10th and a half under his best time. He needs to find a lot more to get on pole position though.
Let's see, through the last corner over the crest, and then chuck it down the hill into the little dipping right hand up. And just as we say, go to the line, all the road, everything you need. Let's see, does he improve? Yes. Stays at P2 then. Next across the line, it should be Kian then will cross the line. Then it'll be, I believe, Harley just behind him. So let's see what Kian can do as he crosses the line right now. Can he improve on his lap time? Cross the line, he does.
Ooh.
Yes, he does. Up to third position then. As now we see who's next.
As did Harley as well. He improved a small amount and a couple of places, I believe. Bettino heading into the pits, not happy. No improvement from Bettino. Just an update on Kong Hofner. Seemed to have disconnected from the game. So I'm hoping he can get himself back in. He said his game crashed. So hopefully we'll get Kong Hofner back in before the formation lap starts.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see who's on a lap time. Cam, by the way, up by a second right now. Apparently, according to the timing screens, which was, I don't know if that's correct. I'll have a little check on the Taz, actually, and see how he's doing, because that seems very interesting. But, Cam, it is a, well, it's certainly green sector one so far for the American driver, but the fastest third sector, by the way, that goes to the Alfa Romeo of Tech, who is currently not on a valid lap time. Cam was on a very decent lap, apparently, according to the game, but of course on the Taz, not quite so.
No, and that's the end of the session, so no one is going to improve any further than they already have. That's it then. So have you got a standing order in front of you, Evil?
Let's see, let's see. Is it going to work for me now as I just switch back over? Yes, I have got the standing order. So Red Mat on pole position for a 2/10 second from Dax. Cam in third, Kian in fourth, Tech ahead of Vito, Cad ahead of Thomas, Harley ahead of Apex Row, KP lines up 11th, Dynastics ahead of his fellow comrade Kong Hofner in 13th, Rich, Specialist, Delta, Kai and Okiki line up the rest of the grid.
Wow, that was breathless from both our drivers and from Evil. Congratulations getting through that one. That was difficult work. Good time as any to say thank you to the sponsors that make this possible for us. Free M Sim Racing, ERT, Next Level Racing, and Vespertine, who provide the fashion for One Hub.
Yes, some of our beautiful surprise, of course. And don't forget, as well, finishing the race, you get into the ERT, go and get tough reward if you finish all races, if I'm not forgotten.
Yes, and there's trophies for the top finishers, of course, as you'd expect here in Podium. The racing is also brought to us by our distinguished drivers who help contribute to the league as well. I know Kong Hofner is one of those. I think we have 3 or 4 contributing drivers,
nice
race premium drivers.
We'll have a look sometime. Yeah, a nice little sheet up to see who is actually that. But
yeah,
can I have the grid order today, Gabe? Yay, it's here.
Oh, fantastic.
I got the grid order as we are underway on the formation lap. It's a very quick formation lap start. We don't normally wait a few seconds before the game decides to trigger it, but we're straight off the line already as Okiki now just starts off at the back as everyone else already got through turn 2. So
yeah,
felt like a little bit of a desync there, actually, I must say, for some cars, because there's a lot of them that haven't even gone yet, really. They've only just started, and the rest of them are already at turn 4, so it'll be interesting.
No, indeed. So we've got pretty predictable strategies. Just KPP and Kong Hofner opting to start on softs, who had the option to start on mediums. So interesting to watch their progression, or lack thereof, through the field.
Indeed, and your official weather forecast for today, we have a 2% chance and a 3% chance of rain during this race, so basically it's not going to rain. Yeah, I mean, it has rained in Bahrain before. I remember actually it rained in Abu Dhabi a few years ago as well in the F1 race for just a little bit. No, it wasn't actually, never settled, never was actually wet enough to go into medias, but it was very interesting because 2004 it rained about an hour before the race, but of course it dried up so quickly because, of course, if you didn't know, here in Bahrain we're in the middle of a desert, and deserts normally are hot, but Antarctica is also a desert and that's very cold.
Yes, hot and dry.
Hot and cold.
Absolutely. Well, obviously, Speed Red Matt has got the pole speed. Is he going to have the speed during the race? I wonder who else is you feel is out of position for this race, Evil.
Well, right now, especially on the grid, the top two out of position, because look at the gap they've got right now on third place. I mean, they are eager to go, and I'm not mistaken, the tyres don't, of course, cool down on the grid, so they might be lucky, but in real life, I would be a little bit concerned there with that gap, because they're going to be sitting on that grid for at least 10 seconds right now. They've literally just pulled it onto the grid as we're waiting for a Kiki at the back, just to cross to his grid slot as well. Kai on as well. Confident did get back in the lobby, by the way, which is always good to see. But
fantastic.
Up front, Red Matt, Dax, Championship leader Cam. He's currently in third. Is he potentially going for his fourth victory? His fifth victory in his career, but with the 5 lights on when they're off. It is go, and we're off here in Bahrain. It's a good start then from Red Matt. It looks like everyone else seems to be going pretty well off the back there. As you can see, inside straight through Red. Dax has to try and sliver around the outside of turn 1. Won't do that, gets completely squeezed out there. Says, you're not coming through there, sunshine, as everyone just seems to get through turn 2 and 3 correctly. We've got one of the Alfa Romeos, I think, squirming around on the inside. He's got no driver in the cockpit there, but it's very interesting. I think one of the McLarens has got damaged there, not of CAD.
Yes, he speared off. He speared off to the left on the start-finish straight, just in the jostling for position on the way into turn 1. Evil, unfortunately, but we've got the Haas and the McLaren at the front battling away.
Yep. So issues down there, but yet Red Matt leads this race by 1 second already from Kiat. As like I said, Harley there having a ding-dong of a battle with the sister team Alpha Tauri there. I believe actually is Vito got an issue there because he's ghosting. For whatever reason, he's back now. As you can see, the Mercedes and the Ferrari getting a little bit close there off. Oh, that was almost contact. Rogue almost at the back there of Vito. Careful, boys. They're just about to get through that one, okay. But, tell you what, the top 5 are already opening a bit of a gap right now, aren't they?
Yeah, it almost looked like Rogue had a slow getaway from turn 10. I thought he was being passed. It almost looked like a missed gear situation, but I'm sure it wasn't. But yeah, interesting. And then of course that fed into turn 11, where had a problem with Kong Hofner. But as you say, Speed Red Matt way out there in front, a second and a half over lap 1. Benefits of a clear track in front of him.
Yeah, I say, yeah, as well. Meanwhile, Dax got an almighty tank slapper exit at turn 3 as the telemetry decides to put Cam up front with Specialist in second. Williams 1-2 right now according to the game, which I wouldn't mind that. I think they are leading the constructors actually, to be fair, so yeah, they definitely wouldn't mind having another 1-2. Here is everything just kind of sorts itself out as Red Man, yeah, we go back into the lead of this race. On the thing is, it was Thomas and Cad both at the pit, and I'm wondering, of course, Thomas have new front nose. He's gone on a set of hard tyres, and it is a set of hard tyres as well for Cad. Of course, they'll be going to around about lap 20 now. Oh dear! And that Cad. That's also a Kiki spinning around at turn 2 and turn 8 respectively. And, well, hard tyres, not a lot of grip out there.
No, they will find them very hard. They'll find them like driving on ice straight out the pits with a circuit that hasn't actually heated up particularly well either. So hard tyres from the off is a very difficult challenge.
Can we just, by the way, have a moment to look at this? And round of applause to Redman. 2.1 seconds in 3 laps. DRS enabled. We're probably wondering, well, I mean, is anyone near me? Well, where is everyone? Because he is completely... Oh, he's off!
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, my goodness!
Yeah,
well,
there he is.
He was in a different postcode, and now, well, he's off. That's near unbelievable.
Absolutely. Off in turn 3, I think it was. Presumably on traction, just pushing hard. He clearly was pushing very, very hard indeed. So, meanwhile, I can see Dax and Kian struggling to navigate turn 8. They've got through it. Kian on the inside now for 9-10. It's a difficult braking challenge made twice as hard by having to use that line. Cam K just playing a watching brief at the moment with a fantastic slipstream up the back of Dax. Goes up the inside. Will he get both cars in one corner? I think he's going to be patient. Oh, too patient in fact, and doesn't gain at all. So Tech 31 behind, trying to do the same thing. These cars just not managing to action a move. Cam a little bit shy perhaps into turn 11.
Yeah, he had the inside line, of course, but I think he knew more than anyone right now. If he tried to have a dive up the inside of Dax, especially where Kian was, that could have been contact. But meanwhile, this battle continues on. Now Dax to the inside. Look at Cam's straight line speed. He might be able to get the inside now. Now, this has worked out perfectly for him. To the inside. They're almost free abreast in turn 1. There's to be contact there. That had to happen. There'll be contact here on the exit, the corner as well. And Cam has to get out of it there. And now on the outside, here comes Tech as well. In the Alfa Romeo, it's 4 cars going side by side in 2 different battles. Now look at Tech. He's going to try and get 1 car. He might get 2 cars. Can he even get 3 to the inside? He has to back out there. Knows too much here. He doesn't want to put his nose in, take his front wing off, or have another incident like that. It's very easy to do around Bahrain, especially when it's such an open circuit, just to throw it in. But Cam being a little bit too purpose-spec right now. He is a championship leader, but he doesn't want to be making mistakes. Meanwhile, talking of mistakes, KP's in the wall, and I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, safety car.
What a battle for the lead that was. Incredible stuff from all 4 drivers, giving each other respectful racing room. I love it.
Just having a look, by the way, see who's come in the pit lane already. So we've got Konhofner, Thomas, Redmat, and Cad all in the pit lane. Now I'm wondering if any of them are going to come back in the pit lane, chuck a set of hards on, and then continue to the end. They should be able to make it, of course. Tyres normally, from my experience,
in comes the leaders.
Hards. Yeah, leaders all in. I wouldn't be surprised, of course. Everyone's in, actually. So
yeah.
Red Bull, this could be a little bit interesting for them.
Even the medium runners, even the medium runners are on their way in.
Yeah, because Harley's got a new nose as well. This is not what his teammate wanted. Dynastics, hold. They're having a committee meeting. Put it on and send him out. Come on. They're just sitting there. Come on, take the tyres off. There we are, tyres on. On another set of mediums, out he goes. That took far too long. And he's had his put him all the way down. He was running in what was in the top 10. Now he's well and truly completely down the order. Luckily the safety car's going to bump them back up, but that did not go to plan.
No, indeed. So only Kai and Okiki stayed out for the top 14 drivers. Just those 2 drivers staying out, and of course have gained loads of positions, and they're only on fairly young mediums, so the race has come to them at this stage, and they won't be on too dissimilar a strategy from the rest of the field at this point. Evil.
Meanwhile, Cad in the pits for a set of medium tyres. Now that is interesting. That is very interesting. personally, I'd set another set of hards on, but of course, the hard tyres, they might not feel very good around here. We don't exactly know how they feel for the drivers in this session. Now, of course, when I drive them, hards tend to feel quite nice. That's a single player mind. Of course, online, session to session, it can feel different depending on many different circumstances, so we don't exactly know. What we can say right now is Kai and Okiki lead this field. No one, why not them not come in the pit lane? They're on fresh mediums relatively. I mean, yeah, they'll still have to stop later on, but the chance of a safety car is extremely high because how easy it is to drop it on a curb. It's, oh, we got a lag, that's Cam. Oh, that's not good. Well, that's a bit concerning if Cam's lagging. He is the lobby host. If he disconnects, I don't know what happens.
Well,
so let's hope
usually it transfers to someone with a stronger connection, but yes, let's just hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, indeed. We've got William in the chat said he thought Harley had front wing damage. I'm assuming that if he did have it, that he's been in and changed.
Harley came in. Yeah, he did come in the pit lane. Okiki, meanwhile, he's come in the pit lane a set of super soft tyres. Well, soft compound tyres. Well, I always say super soft tyres. It's I'm so saying now he's going. That is a bold strategy there from Okiki. I'm not quite sure. Right. Meanwhile, Rich has come in the pit lane as well. Let's see if the game gonna send us to him. Well, it's currently showing the floor right now. As the game will show me him eventually. Game.
I think Cav's come out of the pits much lighter than he went in with no helmet as well.
Yeah, raid shedding is a very interesting one here. It's the bingo card. Now he's got no head.
Yeah, our leader also has no helmet as well. So yeah, we'll gloss over that.
Yeah, what we can say about this game doesn't need saying, of course. If you want to see it, there's been a few things that have been popped up on Twitter. All I can say is it's hopefully it's going to get fixed. Hopefully, we'll move on to it. We want to see good racing. We don't want to see glitches. And but we do like seeing drivers with no head and just hands. That's something that I do like seeing. There we go. He's got the visor on. He's got the rear of his helmet on. But he hasn't got the rest of it. He's like wearing a balaclava, a bit of carbon fibre, and like one of those little face shields as safety car comes in this lap.
Yeah, and just a quick update before we restart. KPP in the chat said he got caught up in a collision that wasn't his, got wing damage, and then lost it on cold tyres. So, yeah, every kind of problem for KPP. We'll be hoping that he's got all of his bad luck out for the season tonight.
Let's see, meanwhile, everyone just getting slowed up, just all weaving around. It's like watching ants try and find a nest, or buzzing bees find their bee box. But here we are then. Rating, waiting, a little bit more, and we should be on the way now. Good start, I think. Are we off? Now we are. That looked like a little bit naughty because he went and then slowed down. But I think everyone behind's got away pretty clean there. As you can see, all kinds of melee going on the back of the line. He's far abreast there. Is Kian up the inside. And Kai's completely off the road there, and someone must be careful. The McLaren on the outside. And that's all good there. Oh, contact the Alfa Romeo there going shoved off the road. This is all getting a little bit too close for comfort here.
It is, and Tech 31 had a fantastic switchback move around the outside of the Haas. And now he's challenging for the lead. Tech 31, yeah. Tech 31 taking the lead. Must just mention that, but who have you seen go off, Evil?
We've got specialists with damage. We've got multiple cars with damage. We've got a Ferrari of Apex Rogue off the road. We've got specialists no nose. We've got Rich with damage. We've got Cad with damage, I think. Yeah, but Lowe's drivers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers with no noses, and there's many of things going on back there.
Well, I don't quite know how we've escaped a safety car, a second safety car, but as things stand, Kian trying to get his lead back, and Dax has got something to say about it as well, where the big loser, really, from the start was Kai, who's lost, I think, 3 places from that restart.
Well, he's lost 5 places from the restart. He was leading, now he's down in 5th. As off the road there, there's Dax going off the road, Kian going for the lead against Techland. So here we are, and it's like literally a role reversal of what we just saw earlier on with 2 different teams battling it out. It's now Kian on the inside of Tech, it's Cam on the inside of Dax, and Cam gets Dax, Kian gets Tech, and it's back to square one for everyone.
Yeah, really good positioning of the car from Kian there. I like that. Not too aggressive, but giving no quarter. Good stuff.
I mean, while the Red Bull and the Alpha Tauri getting a little bit close together as well. It's the Red Bull sandwich right now, because all of them lining a start. Meanwhile, Akiki, he's moving up position. He's doing quite well. I say that, and he literally almost just spun on cue, but he caught it. So, Akiki, stop doing this to me.
Yes, although he may make a claims for you to stop doing it to him. We'll let you work that out in the Discord later on.
Hoffner, 5-second time penalty for corner cutting and gaining a position. Now, he's down there in top, so he'll be battling. He'd have battled with Okiki, but I didn't see him go off the road there, so it's very interesting. Got a yellow flag, and I think that's Kong Hoffner. Now, yes, it is Kong Hoffner, so he's gone around, and we got that's the yellow flag, that's still for him, no Ferrari there. We've got someone, I believe, staying out who had damage. Let's have a look at the Taz a little bit and see. DRS enabled, and I think again, battle for the lead. Let's see, Kian, is he going to have to go defensively inside turn 1, or is Tech just going to play fiddle for the time being?
Yeah, I think so. I think Speed Red Matt back on the move again, moving up. I think we saw Harley dive into the pits while all that was going on. As the cars race up to turn 4, and here comes Tech 31 again. He timed that one a little bit better.
Let's see, Kian thought about having a look up the inside. Tech gave a little bit of a don't try it move, and well, he pulled out 4/10 of a second straight away there. And I've got to say, this is great battling here. We got the top 4 all together. We've got Red Matt on a chart here, so the Red Bull there of Dynastics getting all sorts of wrong there on the exit of turn 7. Half spins it, hasn't lost the car completely. He's down now into 9th position. But Red Matt on a chart, and I would expect his teammate to be hoping to get a move on soon. He's now on the inside of Kai, and I'd surely imagine he'll get out of the way of his teammate when he comes along to him.
Absolutely, the top 4 are just so close to each other. Kian's got the lead back again. Cam watching brief in 3rd. And the Haas of Dax just watching all of them ahead and hoping, I guess, for some sort of drama between them. But so far, these 4 cars stretching away from the rest of the field at this stage of the race as Speed Red Matt is trying to make his way back up the order. Here comes a move from Cam to the inside.
For 3 wide into turn 1. That's brave. He knows most certainly that he has to leave 1 car to go for it. That's going to be Tech. Now he can try and get him. And Cam, from what was 3rd, can he go straight to 1st? He pulls to the outside line, and here comes the American. Back to the outside. Can he do it the long way around? No, he can't. The old switcheroo, though. And fight. And through into the lead, then. Here goes Cam down the inside. Bit of lag there. Big lag there. Oh, contact. Off goes Tekla. Oh, he's caught that one. Well, almost rejoined to the front of Dax as well. And Cam is lagging. And I'm not quite sure if that was my screen. That was your screen as well, was it?
Both of us saw Cam make a teleportation across the line, and I think that probably contributed to Tech 31's moment. Either a Code Brown moment for Tech 31 and he got out of it himself, or he was helped by the lagging Williams. But Cam for the lead then, and stretching.
If I might as well say this, Cam, if you can't beat him, Cam can use a lag switch to defeat them. There we go, Cam. Cheating, Cam's cheating. He's using a lag switch. He's not. He's just having a bit of lag.
Almost looked like one of his sideboard elements had a piston on it and just sort of poked the Alfa Romeo off the track. But yeah.
So lucky that Tech didn't pick up any damage from that. As now here we go, Cam to the inside. He will have to completely cover it tight. Now what he'll do is just open the steering up ever so slightly, just force Kian to go the long way around and then just try and squeeze him. He'll get the DRS, should be able to get the DRS through here, look. if he's got close enough. Indeed he has. Now, Cam should be able to just come sliver back out on the outside. And then see, he's done this once in his work. Can he do it twice? He's going to go the long way around. Kian's going to give him the room, just about the room. Let's see. Is Cam going to brave it on the outside here? Still holds it, and there's contact there. Unfortunately, Cam sent through the gravel trap. As now on the inside comes Tech into the lead of this race, and these guys are switching and swapping. Kian says, no thank you, I'll have this straight back, and look at them, they're still going at it. And then see, round the outside, the hassle was into the back of it. They're still going at it side by side, and they touch again on the exit. Front wing to rear tyre face, and this is a banger of a race.
Oh, these four are doing so well. Absolutely incredible stuff.
And look at them though, these guys battling are bringing 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th into this. Oh, his Tech gets a big rebel on there. And he almost just runs straight into the back of Kian. How he caught that one, I will never know. But yeah, Cam's got a big lap. We got Cad off in one of the corners. That's turn 6 down to 7. He's got an Area Specialist on his rear, but I think Cam might get a black and white warning flag if he's not careful for lag. We've got Harley off, and that might be a safety car, but here we are then. Dax trying to go to the inside for the lead, and we've got a safety car, but who was where?
That's a big question. They'll have to wait for the game to tell them they've got it wrong and to give a place back, but looks like Tech potentially had that position, but all three of them look to be completely across the track together.
Well, looks like Tech's got the lead then from Dax and Kian. Cam in 4th then from Vito. Redmat back up to 5th. He's doing a sterling recovery drive, might I say. Further down the field, we've got Thomas Dynastics, Rich, Akai, Okiki now on a set of hard compound tyres. He's just come in the pit lane, I believe, just the last couple of moments. Yes, so he's going to the end of the race now on that set of tyres. Delta on a set of SUV tyres. We've got Con Hoffner on the mediums. He served his penalty. Cad on another set of mediums, of course. Special in the pit lane on a set of soft compound. And we've also got a set of mediums for Apex Rogue.
Yes, indeed. I wonder what happens to the strategy now. I think drivers could potentially get a fresh set of mediums to the end. Evil, what's your estimation? A 17-lap run?
It'll be a stretch. Normally I'd say 15 laps is what the ideal here is, but let's see if he can do the unthinkable. Can he pull off the strategy of his season?
Well, Kian has made that choice. So has Vittino. Thomas, the same decision. Doesn't like those hard tyres anymore. What about Kai? He's already through turn 1, so no, just those three drivers, Kian, Vittino and Thomas, deciding to come in. Kian has opted for hards and Vittino and Thomas for mediums. They'll be hoping that the safety car stays out for a couple of laps.
Yeah, of course it will stay out until, I believe, it'll be like Specialist and of course Apex Rogue to catch the field. It should not come in until then.
Well, an early candidate for a potential rivalry beginning in the chat, Evil OC Harley making a claim, said unfortunately his clip didn't work, but claiming that Vittino punted him off. Restart.
Oh, that's not ideal if that has happened, of course, but that's unfortunate to see, of course, but let's see if he's not got the clip, unfortunately, so not quite sure.
I didn't see it on my stream. I don't know if that we'll have any evidence other than someone's evidence that might be a little bit reluctant to share it if they're in the wrong. The cam is still lagging like crazy here.
Yeah, this is not good here. This is... I mean, it's unfortunate, and we do hold out the prayer that Cam doesn't disconnect here, but this is... It's not ideal to see a laggy car, but nonetheless... it might make an interesting race if there's an incident. I mean, my voice might implode if suddenly we see Cam teleport and we see a car flipping upside down into the trees. Well, there is trees around this circuit. There's some on the left there. Well, some bushes, though not normally many trees grow in the desert, but these ones have been made especially for here.
Yes, they're ever so natural, aren't they? The trees in Bahrain. So we had a four-way battle for the lead, which was fantastic for several laps. But now the race has come back to speed red mat, as the cars will go round again in the under safety car conditions. But this really opens things up a little bit here for speed red mat. I'm not sure he will get his hard tyres all the way to the end.
Yeah, so he's on lap 9 of those tyres. We've got, what, some 15, 16 laps to go, so he'll be on 26 lap-old tyres-ish.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible? I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's possible. I've seen people do lap 1 on the hards, and it's worked. Sometimes it depends on how you drive. If you're an aggressive driver and push it, the tyres will go off. If you're taking your time, it'll be fine. Now, in terms of stops, by the way, we are expecting, I believe, have we got any other drivers still to come in the pit lane?
Well, the leading 5 cars have only done 1 stop, and a reminder that under One Hub Racing rules, it's a mandatory 2-stop race, regardless of conditions. So those drivers will definitely come in again. So those hard tyres on speed red mats, we won't need to worry about him trying to get them to the end.
Oh, Apex Rogue, a timed penalty for a severe collision with Aero Specialist. Now, what has happened there? Is there any damage on that Ferrari? Doesn't look like it there. And now, what I imagine what's happening here is everyone's just continued up again. Safety car in this lap.
There's no evident damage on visually.
Not on the Taz either.
Good, okay. So severe contact with no damage. Make of that what you will.
What you have to do is just nibble at the rear end of the sausage pipe of that rear diffuser and you just get a penalty. So,
yeah.
That it's so easy to do. I tell you what, Kian right now is on a good shot. He is on a set of hard tyres. Now, I'm wondering if these lot are going to stay out for the time being and then set a set of mediums on later on. Or a set of softs and go bands on clear. There's a chance of another safety car. We've had, what, 2 of them so far. We might get more. It looks like a good start from the top 2. Cam has been left sitting there in the dust. And compared to last restart, everyone's gone so early this time. Oh! My dear Lord! Apex Rogue's gone head first into the pit lane. That was horrible.
And not a deliberate peel off to the pits. Did he take an unconventional route in?
Well, he went to go into the pit lane. I'm not quite sure. Oh, Thomas round. He's taken the tank off there. He's gone off into the Armco nearly. I think he's got away with it. As you can see, Delta and Okiki battling from the outside. Oh, dear goodness, that was almost a monumental shun there. And oh dear, that's not good. That's a desync. We've got desync here. We've got Specilink kind of desynced, and oh dear, that's not good.
Can you describe what you're seeing? I'm trying to stay with the lead.
They are on top of each other. This is how you make a baby Formula 1 car. Oh man.
Well, it doesn't appear to be on my screen, so thankfully that's something we can perhaps gloss over for the time being. We still see some difficulties in sync with Cam Mom's lag, and Speed Red Matt not looking too racy at this particular stage, but he's certainly in with a shout for this race win tonight. Car's just taking it relatively cautiously on this first complete lap after the restart. Kai making a move into turn 1.
Let's see if he can pull it off. Brave stuff here. He squeezed out wide, and Dynastics gets a 3-second time penalty there.
Staunch defence.
And you can see that Kai waving. What have you done? He says that was not fair. He's not happy with it. Kai got a penalty. I think that wasn't for contact. That was for track limits, I imagine, actually. Oh, yes. Kai gets all kind of 20, and that curb as Dynastics goes off the road. We've got yellow flags. That's Kong Hoffner, I think he's dropped it as well. So that corner, turn, what's turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-ish, 5, 6, as proving to be all kind of trouble. As Akiki goes around the outside, tries to get the move done, can't quite do it there. Meanwhile, oh dear, oh hello, CAD and Aerospecialist, what are you doing? Well, boys, keep it Peggy 18 here. I'm not quite sure. They can't see each other. This is a glitch that I haven't seen since F1 2018. The desync of cars where they end up hitting each other and then, well, yeah, doing interesting things that Formula 1 cars shouldn't be doing.
Challenge for the lead here with Dax just holding off the attention of Cam at the same time, having to be really careful as they try and do this. And then Tech 31 has got a penalty, so that's changed the shape of this race.
Oh, Cam off the road there. He's ran wide. He almost ran to the back of Dax. I'm not quite sure where he's got that penalty. He got Okiki off as well. That is turn 2, and that's another safety car.
Yep.
And there we are. And now that well, everyone's going to surely now come into the pit lane again.
Yeah, and I think that's mediums to the end from here. I don't think anyone's going to be brave enough for soft tyres.
Yeah, it'll be mediums. Yeah, you're right.
Update from Apex Rogue. I won't be able to read it word for word. Just some advice on people, his fellow drivers. Just giving some driving advice, shall we say? Says he's been hit twice in the rear.
Is there a bad word?
There's a couple, shall we say? Yes.
Does it begin with F?
One of them does. Yes, he will.
Flamboyant.
Yes.
Flamboyant as always, my dear Rogue.
Yes. Yes.
Conk Hoffner, how have you managed to get a penalty on the safety car? That's what?
Well,
that's odd. Okiki's left the session.
Here we all come into the pits.
He shouldn't have done that, so he might get told off. But yeah, top 4 in the pit lane. Well, yeah. Kian also in the pit lane. He is. Everyone's in the pit lane. Everyone just decides. The only person who's not coming is Vito right now. He's probably sitting there going, well, and Thomas is probably going, you know what? We can go for a little longer.
Yeah, well, Vito can make it to the end and doesn't have to pit, so he's got all those track positions for free. That's a potential big gain for him. Same with Thomas. But were you just going to talk to us about the tyres people have put on?
No, yeah. In terms of tyres, soft tyres for Tech and Dax. Now that 10 laps should be possible. Redman and Cam both on a set of medium tyres. Dynastics on a set of hards. Kian on a set of mediums. Kai, Delta, Specialist, Konhofner and CAD also all on a set of softs. Now, this might spice it up because, of course, the theory here is that Vito and Thomas, their tyres, of course, being 4 laps, they should be 2 worn, and of course they will be able to go to the end of this race.
Yep.
They have Tech and Dax, those two now theoretically should be easily be able to take the lead. Now, Red Mac, Cam and Dynastics and also Kiat right now have basically got to make themselves a human shield, because you got Kai, Delta Specialist, Hoffner and Cat also sitting behind them, all on soft tyres, and that surely is going to provide a very spectacle to witness for the rest of the race.
I think it's anyone's at this stage. Just about everyone on this grid is in with a shout of getting up on the podium with a 10 racing lap sprint to the end. I love it. They're fantastic.
Let's see, safety cars should be in on the end of lap 18. Well, not lap 19, my apologies. So, should come in this lap because, of course, there is no debris. There is, realistically, I'd imagine surely it would come in this lap, but they're going to hold it out probably realistically just to clear the, now, not there, Okiki, because he's out of the race. And poor Okiki, who often he does well, is rich in again. Is that going for a set of super soft on him? But surely I imagine it is. There's no other reason for it. And it isn't. Instead of super soft tyres.
Well, he had nothing to lose. He was at the foot of the field, and I think fancies finishing this race out on soft tyres like everybody ahead of him.
Yeah. 4 stops, by the way, for 1, 2, 3 of our drivers. That is Specialist, Chad and Rich. That is more stops than a normal Formula 1 race. Later on, it's normally a 1 or a 2 stop, depending. These guys have done 4 stops. I wouldn't mind seeing that in F1 back.
Strong race so far then for Vittino, Thomas, 5 and 6 places up. Dynastics up 5, but he's on hard tyres. I don't fancy his chances towards the end of this race. And then Kai's gained 8, and Delta gaining 6. Those are your strongest performances on lap 19.
Yeah, you can see. Apex Rogue's not very happy. Like I said, I just looked at the Discord. Yeah. People seriously need to learn driving. Not, we'll just say something happened to poor Rogue. Well, of course, you can report it. Of course, stewards always have a right to review, and we'll see, because it was a very spectacular crash load from Mr. Rogue, hitting the wall extremely heavily. Saved car in this lap, and I have to say, it made me surprised, because I saw him hitting the wall, they just teleport everywhere.
I know you say stewards, but is it Kryptonite that does everything for all the tiers?
There is multiple stewards.
Oh, okay.
I think he sent it to me earlier, and I don't think I'm allowed to say them aloud. But we've named one of them, so well, never mind. But
good stuff.
Our wonderful stewards who do all the wonderful work in the world. We love them a lot. They keep us running day to day. So here we are then.
Tino goes.
The way, that is cheeky from Red Map. That is incredibly cheeky. And he's taken Dax. He's sleeping down into turn number 1. And I tell you what, there, the inside line, and that there is Tech diving up the inside of turn 1, gets it all squiggly on the exit turn 2. Almost has to run into the back of Thomas on the exit. Now the inside line must be careful there. Then Mr. Tech, careful, don't put the inside. He wants to be trying to go around the outside here. This will be brave. Can he do it the long way around? He almost bewitching of the move, and he's done it around the outside. What a move there from Tech, who's going for the lead of this race, and he's going for it. Dax is going to dive down the inside, and that's going to be brave. He has to just throw on the anchors, and now look at the outside line here as Redmat has a little look, can't quite do it.
Redmat has changed his mind about his line about 8 times in 4 corners. I don't know how he stayed on the track. He was switching back and forth and seemed to pick the wrong decision at every single point if he's interested in gaining a place. As we've got 2 wide, the Haas and the Alpine. Looks like it was Dax that got the better of that one.
Yep, Kai's gone off the road. That meanwhile down the back. And gotta say, these races are absolutely incredible. And Tech leads. Well, that was quick. Well, he's into the lead already. It's only taken him 1 lap from going from 4th to 1st. And that has been an incredible start there. Remember, on the super soft tyres. And now what he has to do really is not make a mistake, just hold his line, and just wait it out there. Meanwhile, Red Map again having a look up the inside of Thomas, still can't do it. He just can't find a way by anybody. I tell you who's impressing me right now is Dynastics, who's holding on to that position on those hard tyres. He's doing amazingly. Now he's got Specialist in the Williams, just about behind him. I was about to say behind him as he then lost the rear on cue, but he caught it, so not a worry, he is just behind him. Meanwhile, up the inside was a McLaren diving up the inside there of Canon Delta. A little bit of contact on the exit of the corner, but that is all well and done right there. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing simulation damage on in this maybe one day. That'd be quite interesting. What's the case for that then? Because my fear is that we end up with more retirements and fewer finishes. A sim might, to be fair, normally it might make the racing a lot more interesting. I like seeing nice close racing where it's fine margins, and that's why, of course, you have it on right now. I would love to see simulation damage here. Maybe we will one day. I'm pretty certain we don't.
Duck's making a move there, but can't get by. He's just going to have to wait for the start-finish straight, and he should get a good, healthy dose of overspeed. How are the cars doing at the moment on ERS? I wonder. We've got Haas hounding the back of Vittino in second place. Remember, though, that Tech has got this penalty that he's trying to pay off while... Oh, Dax at the inside of turn 4, a nice move. So he now is the uncorked bottle, and he will be heading to try and head off Tech 31's attempt to get away. We've got a VSC. I saw, was that CAD has just dropped out of the race?
Yeah,
so
now.
A VSC, now a full safety car, and we go into our, is that 4 now? 4 safety cars?
I've got to say here, by the way, these drivers on the medium tyres, I think they've been very clever here, because Tech is on 20% already from left. Dax, by the way, already on 30%.
Wow.
That is already a Moreland, Vito, Thomas, Redmat, Cam. Cam's on 0% tyre because he's just come in the pit lane not too long ago. Now, all the drivers who've come in for a set of soft tyres, their tyres are already second hand. And now is going to be this is kind of going to be a little bit awkward for these guys, because now, really, I mean, they can't come in. They dummied it.
Yep.
They dummied it. They're trying to trick someone to go in the pit lane. A little bit naughty there, but...
Nobody's biting that one. No one's...
Tom Hoffner is.
Oh, right, okay. I don't think he had view of the front two, but we've got all caps message going on from CAD in the Discord. He's obviously not happy. Forgot to disengage caps lock. Claiming people are over defending and forcing him off.
Yeah, it seems the stewards might have a busy day. Day. I love these stewards, which of course we always love to talk about, but whilst we are on the safety card for a little bit, I'll go and we'll go. You know what? We'll go through the race order. So Tech leads this race from Dak in second, Vito in third, ahead of Thomas in fourth, Redmat into fifth, ahead of Cam in sixth, Kian and Dynastics are seventh and eighth, Kai in ninth, Delta 10th, Reg 11th, Specialist 12th, Hoffner 13th, and that is your current order.
Yeah, so 13 runners. It's looking a little bit healthier than the first race of the season. I think we finished with 6 classified finishes, so we're looking a little bit healthier with 6 laps to run, and we have our 4th safety car period. So hopefully that will be it for the evening.
Yeah, it seems like CAD was lagging as well, apparently. That's what Ikiki said in the chat, so it does seem there's been a little bit of lag today, of course, and it's unfortunate, but we move. We've still got a race. I tell you what, this safety car inadvertently might actually be in the best benefit here of Tech and Dax, because their tyres... 35 and 30% respectively last time out. You can see there.
So they've still lost 10% tyre wear just under the safety car.
Yeah, it was 30 and 40 roughly anyway, so...
Yeah.
They're getting high, of course, on the tyre wear. Meanwhile, I could tell you one thing, that Dax is burning fuel here.
Right.
Now... Let's see, can I have a look on the tag, see how much fuel he's got? Will it show me that? Let's have a little look.
I think it will.
Let's see, is it in the telemetry? Fuel, well, everyone's of course on fuel mix as well. Interesting though, by the way, that all of the drivers that are currently in this race all had traction control off. All the drivers that are out this race all had them on.
That's very
I think
interesting.
that's
Yeah.
glitched actually, because all the drivers that also retired all had on ABS as well. In terms of fuel, by the way, Vito has the most fuel of all of them. That's a lie, actually. Cam has. Kian, by the way, has got 0 fuel. He's got nothing, according to Taz. Nilpra.
That may be
ERS
another
is
issue because the
off.
car is driving. So
He has no ERS, and his, I think, what does TP stand for? Something is red.
safety car will be on its way in. So potentially we think Kian might have already switched to hydrogen if he has no fuel or ERS.
Car.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, we're about to get going again, and the onus is on Tech 31 to make a decision. When do we go? And I'm not sure he's actually started a restart from the front tonight. He seems to have always been on the attack, but certainly had pace in hand to stretch away. He needs to, though, with that penalty.
Indeed, well, he might as well just go as soon as he can. Well, he's gone straight away then. So off we are then for what is now the last restart we'll get this afternoon. The 4th safety car in 29 laps. You can see in the background there, I think one of the Mercedes there having a look up the inside. That was the outside. It was one of the Aston Martins then having a look up the inside. I think 1 or 2 cars got a little bit of damage there. I saw some bodywork getting kicked up as Aero Specialist comes back up the inside there of the Aston Martin. Hoffner comes up the inside as the Aston as well there. Gets shuffled out of position out wide. And bit of contact there for good measure on the exit as now Specialist tries to dispatch of Delta, and then see the outside line now provides himself. The Aston Martin just has to hold a position right steady. There is now the Mercedes of Hoffner around the outside of Aero of Specialist as well. This is getting all nice and tasty down here for 9th, 10th and 11th, isn't it?
Absolutely. We had a little bit of rubbing between Kian and Kai on the restart as well into turn 1. I think they've managed to sort themselves out and cool down a little bit. It looked like it was all getting a little bit hot under the collar around there. Speed Red Mat, though, dropped down a couple of places, but he's right on the back of Thomas again. And I would definitely fancy Speed Red Mat to get himself on the podium. We've got 4 complete laps to run.
Yeah, 4 laps to go. Red Mat currently in the pound seat. The top 2, meanwhile, just pulling away. But the question, like I raised earlier, if this safety car didn't come out, what could have happened there? It was up the inside. That was
a dummy.
Far too late there. That was far too late, Red Mat. That was, I think you might get yourself in a bit of trouble there, Sunshine.
Well, he got Thomas and he got his teammate who made it
He's
easy.
letting him through.
Ah, okay, yeah. Letting them go back again. Wow.
Oh, but he didn't want to do that though, because now he's got himself into a bit of a sandwich, and he's got lucky there. That's good sportsmanship. That's very good sportsmanship there from Red Mat. He dived it too late. Yep. He collided with his teammate. He's let them through again. He's getting turned around by Cam a little bit there, nearly. Cam sticking his nose in, but good sportsman. We like seeing that. I don't know. I'll have a look and see if Red Mat got any damage there.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. He certainly has made contact a few times with different drivers. I think he was forced into that dive down the inside because his teammate was a lot slower through the apex of 1 and actually missed the apex. So it was either hit him or touch tyres. But he certainly relied on the good graces of his teammate to back off and not retaliate. But this has let Thomas get away a little bit, and it's also, of course, let Dax get away and get the de facto lead by some margin here.
I tell you what, right now, that Dax's tyres are completely going off the cliff, by the way. 55% on the front. Red Mat and Campbell, their tyres are the youngest of the ones I can see out of the top 7, because Kian's just got nothing on the car. It's all 0, so he's got tyres made of some undurable things.
So diamond tyres and hydrogen fuel in Kian's car, or he's just not got a good connection to TAS. But
well, specialist
upper place. Oh, sorry, Kai defending. Touch with Hoffner. Kong Hoffner's had a little bit of contact tonight, hasn't he? He's going to have a lot of different paintwork and tyre marks on his side pods.
Yeah, it's paint the Mercedes day today. Let's see. I'm curious to see what colour it'll be after this. It's definitely not going to be the same colour it started at. Meanwhile, up front, Tech still leads this way from Dax, who is still just holding onto them. These two should, I believe, in terms of penalties, 3 seconds. They'll easily clear everyone else. Dynastics is meanwhile talking penalties. Get to say penalty there.
Yep.
I'm wondering if Vito going to let Red Matt pass at some point to go and chase off Thomas, knowing that they are on different strategies. The tyres are very much second hand for Vito, and Red Matt's got such fresher tyres. I'm not wondering if they are going to switch. Doesn't look like it right now, but of course they are. So they are. So 3.6 seconds off the potential of getting that. Well,
a little bit of racing.
They're going to go racing. Let's see the outside line for the AlphaTauri, and let's see around the outside goes Red Matt. Gets himself a time penalty for good cause as well. And he's going to hold around the outside for the inside there. Bit of an opposite look. Vito said, no, thank you very much. I'm holding that line. Sonny Jim, who's got yellow flags there for Aero Specialist, who's gone around as well for that corner. It's proving to be a very interesting corner, that one.
I don't think Frederick Vasseur is going to be impressed. I think he's going to have some broken coffee cups and thumping on the desk after that exchange, because the net result of that battling between the AlphaTauris has been a penalty for one of their drivers, and presumably Cam is going to inherit a place, and possibly Kian as well.
Well, I must say this. Frederick Vasseur, that's Alfa Romeo.
Yes.
That's Alfa Romeo.
Correct.
This is AlphaTauri, so that's Franz Tost.
It's the other F. That's the one.
It's the other F. There we go. We got close enough. They both teams begin with A. Both team principals begin with F. Let's see.
I was thinking Alpha and not Alpha. You know.
Let's see Red Matt on the inside of his teammate. This time gets the job done into turn number 1, or does he? His teammate comes across him there a little bit. There's a bit of contact on the exit. Now the outside line then. We're on the final lap here in Bahrain. Now the teammates going side by side. Let's see if Red Matt going to hold the line, or his teammate going to sliver on back around the outside. We know how good he's been this afternoon, but I think his tyre went just a little bit too much right now to hold on to it, but he's probably hoping.
Oh, big move.
Gonna be
big move from Dynastics. That was nice. Yeah, that was a brave move, and he did it without touching anybody. Good move from Dynastics.
Let's see. Cam.
And straight off the track.
Let's see if Cam can recover. Yes, he can get recover, because before he even finished the sentence, he went off. Meanwhile, leading this race, Tech 31. I've got to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with Dax right now. He has driven a phenomenal race on tyres that are now 67% worn. And he's not dropped a second off the race lead. Well, now he has, just on cue. Tech across the line. He'll win in Bahrain, but not win in Bahrain, because Dax wins in Bahrain from Tech. Thomas in third, but will be fourth, will be fifth, will be sixth. Speed Red Matt will be third, will be fourth, will be fifth, will be sixth. And that's Vito in third, Cam in fourth, Kian up into fifth position, Red Matt into sixth, and everyone's finished already.
Yeah, lots and lots of penalties being paid off as the cars cross the line. So we'll give you your full order as Kai gets Anthony Davidson's Driver of the Day award for a 10-place gain. And we've got the podium ceremony. There's Dax. Got those tyres to the end, but Evil and I don't know quite how.
Yeah, absolutely incredible there as they spray the not quite so champagne on the podium. It doesn't have the same ring to it as it used to, but the music's always good. So Dax wins here in Bahrain then from Tech in second. Vito in third, ahead of Cam in fourth, Kian in fifth, ahead of Red Matt, Kai and Thomas. Konghofner, Dynastics and Rich. And then we got Specialist, Delta, Cad and Okiki, Rogue Harley and KP line out the back of that. And I'll head over to you, Mr. Webbo. Who was your driver of the day?
Well, for once, I'm probably going to agree with Anthony Davidson, and say Kai on this one. I thought he had a very strong Sunday, not the best Saturday, but he rescued it for Alfa Romeo.
And let's see, who shall I give it to? Who showed off I'm going to give it to Red Matt. Although, my question is, although you didn't win it, of course, after that spin into the wall, which I might have cursed you, sorry in advance, how do you feel coming back through the field, apart from that penalty, which was a little bit harsh from the game, because it didn't look like you got the corner? How do you find your first race back?
Yeah, and I think I'd like to ask Kai what his... was it luck or judgment that helped him out through those safety car strategic machinations that got him where he ended up in the race? Okay, well, we survived that one, Evil. We got through it. It was thoroughly entertaining, especially the top four at different points during the race. Really enjoyed some of those battles. They make for fantastic highlights packages.
I think that was incredible there, just battling throughout. Bit of contact here, bit of contact there. It's racing, of course. That can happen. We'll see you in just several days' time when hopefully the game's a little bit more kind to us and everything works. But I'll let you finish the stream off, Webbo, because of course you're the one streaming.
I am, yes. Thank you very much. Thanks to Evil. Thanks to all our sponsors for providing all that they do and supporting our racing. Thanks to the race premium drivers as well. But we've had a really enjoyable evening, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and tune in all through tonight and especially, of course, next week. Lots of things happening through the week in terms of driver engagement and a media day and things like that. So keep an eye on the Twitter channel. But from Evil and Webbo, we will catch you on the next race day.